Hello viewers and welcome to episode 33 of my Better Than Wolves playthrough. This episode I have let a little time pass. We've let garden grow a little bit. I've had a crop or two of melons and pumpkins, and oh goodness gracious, I'm getting attacked by a spider. Anyway, and then I started thinking, hey, I should make a cobblestone generator because I have this lava here. So I dug this part out, and I am underneath the lava here. And now I'm going to release the danger that is this lava and get that flow going. On the other side here, we have the water that is available to us, pulling in from underneath here. So my goal is to have a little safe spot in which I can sit back and enjoy a good old cobblestone generation and not have to go mining for it. The trick will be to get this to... Okay, so it looks like that is going to be my generation spot, which is going to be kind of funky to mine, I think. But we'll give it a shot. Do a little test here. Find that. Okay, yeah, so the difficulty here is that the water comes back at me, and I don't really want that. But what if I were to direct it this way instead? Does that work? Ooh, that exposes those crops. I don't think they'll catch on fire. So let's try this. And then I'll mine this back out. And mine this block again. Oh, so it's working, just not quite the way I want it to. I think I might have to change the direction somehow. So it's sort of working, but not at 100% efficiency. So let's block this back off. And so one great thing, or one thing to note, is that the cobblestone that it makes here is not loose cobblestone. That's regular cobble. But of course, if I ever chop it up, then it is that kind of cobble again. So what if we do this? Nope, same stuff. But was that? Because when I broke this, it was the not loose cobble. I'm just confused here. So let's chop this. We get that. And then no, doesn't seem to be working. So the only way in the past that I've been able to get something like this to work is to... What is that hissing noise? I honestly have no idea. Some fire somewhere is being quenched. Either way. So what I'm doing is trying to stock up on some food supplies. I am planning on going to the Nether to go glowstone hunting. But I also want materials to build with when I'm there, hence the cobblestone generator. So, since this will just be a lot of piddling around, I will be back when I have figured this out, and I will show you all what I've come up with. So I will see you then. Giving a little bit of a progress update, I have a setup that does work, however, it is not 100% efficient. A lot of the stone gets tossed into the lava there and then is lost because it burns up. So what I'm going to do is try to get something set up with this sticky piston to preserve and push that stone out a lot farther, and thus, you know, give me 0 loss. It might involve having to do some sort of redstone line and having the lever, I don't know, over here or something, and then I just flick it, which will push it out. Mine it, flick, push, mine it, flick, push. I'd prefer a button, but I don't quite have the technology for that yet. So, I will be back when I have this working. Ta-da! Alrighty, here we are. It's a little messier than I originally had hoped due to trying to maintain the water resources over there, but as you can see, I just hit that lever, gather up this stone, and then flick it again for lossless stone gathering. Feeling pretty lucky as far as this goes, because this would not be possible without that sticky piston that we gathered oh so long ago at the non-looted, or at the non-looted jungle temple. So then, just to show you what it looks like on the backside, there's obviously a redstone line coming back here, and I had to leave the wires exposed so as to keep these water sources, because if I ever want to tear this back up, I want to try to be sure that I can get this to be all water sources again. So I wrapped it around this way and left it like that. And yeah, that's one of the chopping blocks. If I ever need to get in here, I just need to be sure to gather that up so the lava doesn't consume it. So I'm going to spend the next bit gathering up a bunch of, well, just general farming and gathering up a bunch of cobblestone so that there's plenty of building material to be used once I go in the nether. That could take any indeterminate amount of time. I'm hoping it doesn't take too long, but that's what I'm going to be up to. If I don't, there shouldn't be any other developments here, just growing the garden slowly but surely. I am low on dirt, so I've just been sort of keeping these around instead of trying to expand the garden specifically. I only have these 12 dirt slabs for now. But as you can see, we keep getting some pumpkin and melon crops as well, which is great. I still only have the 2 chickens, but they are now well fed. So as soon as I get that new light source, the next priority will be to set up a home for the piggies at the very least. Probably the sheep as well. Homes that I can feed them and go in and, I guess slaughter them would be the best term, without fear of any of them escaping. So that's going to be the project after the nether, but before then it's just going to be a lot of stone harvesting so that I have plenty of resources once I go into the nether. So with that, I will see you all once I have some, at least a stack of cobblestone, probably more. We'll see how much I gather. So I'll see you then. Okie dokie, I have finished doing what I feel currently is enough harvesting of loose cobblestone. I do, however, think that I should go get some clay so that I can cement a roof. My plan is to make a tunnel through the nether over to the nether fortress that I saw nearby and to the glowstone that I saw nearby, and either make some sort of ladder up to the glowstone or, if possible, find some lower to the ground. Either way, I plan on making a tunnel through that for safety, in which case I will need something to make a roof. Wood, probably a bad idea, since it'll burn if I get attacked by anything that shoots fire. So that means then that we are stuck with needing mortar for this loose cobblestone, which means I need clay. So I am going to, before heading into the nether, head over to the swamp and get a bunch of clay, if possible, and I will be back once I have attained those resources, unless something exciting happens in the swamp, in which case I will come back at that point. So, I will see you in one way or another shortly. Okay, welcome back. We have almost 2 stacks of clay. I'm going to definitely put some of those in storage. Before I left, I forgot to mention that the last time I hatched eggs, I obtained 2 more chickens. Oh, now we're up to 5 chickens. So we have a nice little army of chickens going on over here. I'm going to be quickly getting behind in seed production, so that's going to be a bit of a worry. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. Well, I guess we'll just deal with that as it comes, rather, because we're already at that bridge. I guess the next most important thing is getting a source of light that doesn't have fire, so that I can more safely spread this farm over here, and just get rid of the need of fire inside my base as a source of light. Outside my base it's fine, but inside I would definitely like to have either glowstone lamps or just glowstone in order to light the way. It's just a lot safer and, in a way, less resource intensive. I guess it's actually more expensive. I don't know why I thought to say that it was less resource intensive. Either way, I will return in the morning when we will be departing for the Nether in order to get that glowstone. So I will see you then. Alrighty, viewers, we are finally on the leg. After all that time I spent on digging clay, I came to the realization / conclusion that it would probably be a waste of valuable clay resources to use them in a tunnel in the Nether, so I'm going to instead use this netherrack that I've gathered, and hopefully some more netherrack that I will gather whilst in the Nether, instead of that clay that's so much harder to get. While that will make the tunnel perhaps a little more vulnerable from attack up top, it will, however, probably be useful in the future to have that clay still around. So, here we are, heading into the Nether finally. It's only been an hour or 2 after I was originally hoping to get this done, but no matter. All for the sake of the game, right? So we exit the Nether, or exit the portal into this currently quite safe vicinity area. Ooh, this is gonna take far too long with stone. I think it actually changed to have a knot, or a requirement of not being. Oh, jeepers! Right. Yeah. So if that slime could just come on in here. Yep. Come on in here without hurting me. Thank you. Jeez. They sure do pack a wallop. Luckily, so does my diamond sword. Okay. So let's see here. Block that off. I'm gonna make my tunnel back here so that it's not right next to the portal. And we're just gonna nonchalantly carry on here. So there's glowstone up that way. In the ceiling, of course. But where else would glowstone be? Oh, yes. If I was bridging, that would be a reason to... Oh, my. That's a bit of a hassle. No, if you could stop that, that'd be great. Oh, this is going to be a bit difficult with that gas there. Guess I'm going to use this copper. Oh, jeepers. Waste of good netherrack. Slowly but surely, we'll build over to, I don't know, that general area. Not quite sure where I'm trying to get to quite yet. To start, just a little farther out without getting hit by that ghast. So we have some of that black quartz over there. So there's some glowstone in the wall, which will be a little bit safer. Oh yeah, so I was saying bridging. Yeah, that would have been reason to have the clay, but I can always go back and get it. I'm just going to keep building this. Like this. Seems to be safe-ish for the moment. Biggest issue would be is if we are high up in any sort of capacity and the ghast were to shoot at us in a manner that killed the floor, that would be a problem. Okay, so there is a ghast that direction, which is going to be an issue. I don't seem to have a good way of getting over there, except for doing this. So that's what we shall do. And oh boy. Alright. Slowly but surely. Oh. No, don't. Alright. Well. I guess I don't have to mine that stuff, which is potentially good news, but I also lost access to it now. At least the most immediate form of it. Black quartz I don't think I need until significantly later in the tech tree than where I'm at right now. But it will be nice to simply have it. I do wish that I was a bit higher. I actually am not quite sure what my goal is right now. I guess I'm going to keep heading towards that wall with that glowstone since I know there's some there. Just going to keep doing this tunnel since that's fairly safe for now. Eventually I'll have to slab this so mobs don't spawn in it, but at the exact moment the safety of maintaining the resources is important enough to be able to continue building the wall. My biggest worry here is I'm using the diamond pick at a time when it is not renewable. Not yet, at least. I'm getting close, but it's going to take some time yet before I have that completely set up. Biggest issue still being the size of the hemp farm is not large. And, oh dear. Okay. So that's concerning. No choice but to slowly build up in what might or might not be a safe way. Oh, nope. Oh boy. So that's still dangerous. Oof, we are skirting a fine line here, that's for sure. Woe unto me if I were to fall to the depths. It's gonna kind of suck if I can't. Oh, jeepers. Ghast is right there. If there's if there's no floor over here, we're going to be having another conversation. Oh yeah, okay. We're just going to abandon this adventure then. fill this in with another rack. Luckily I didn't waste too much in the form of cobblestone. Eventually we might use this, but for now it's not going to happen. I think... Well, now I just want to make a ladder system, which is going to require a lot of string. I was hoping that the glowstone would be more easily accessed than it appears to be. Because there's sources on the roof, but those are obviously a bit dangerous. Okay, well, I guess I will be back when I have a stash of ladders, because clearly that's going to be what we need in order to make this work. So, back in a bit. And here we are, back in the nether with the biggest amount, or biggest number of ladders I can create with the string I had. I left myself 4 string to make tools with. So we're just gonna have to get as high up as we can with these 24 ladders and go from there. I don't have the highest of confidence that we'll be able to get within a reasonable distance, but it's at least, hopefully, something. I'm going to make this as secure as possible. Maybe simply starting with cobblestone. On the one side, and hope that the ladder is not exposed. Anyway, I think it should be fine. Don't have reason to believe that it should be exposed to any sort of wall unless I choose to do so. I'll just get up as high as I can and see where that gets me. Maybe it's within reach of glowstone, maybe not. If it's not the case, then I'm gonna have to search for some more string sources, be it some spider traps or use up some of my hemp. Using the hemp would probably be a bad decision at this point, since it's such a rare commodity. Oh, I can hear. What are they called? I can't remember their names right now. I'm just gonna close off the rest of this. And continue our journey upwards. Hopefully not hitting any lava. That would be probably pretty close to the death of us. Trying to be as careful as I can, but obviously I am digging straight up. My best hope is that if I encounter any lava, I'm able to drop down the ladder faster than it can approach me. That is why I'm trying to stay a little bit farther back. Okay, well, there's the exposed area. Just hope that I can make it somewhat secure. Just gonna use cobble as fast as possible to keep it covered. Unfortunately, as predicted, it's not going to be quite high enough. Oh, okay. Blaze, that's what it is. Jeepers, that took way too long to remember that. So I did make it up to another level of the nether. But that's not going to be enough. Okay, that's a new development. I thought gas blast didn't kill cobblestone. So we're gonna need at least, I'd say probably 12 more ladders just to be safe. And that's to get to the roof. But then we will have a source of cobble. So let's go back down, cap this off, and that's going to have to be an adventure for another day. So I'm going to need a lot more string in order to finish this lighting extravaganza. I'm hoping that it's still daytime so that I can head back to base safely. The last time I exited, I just hoofed it through the night, which might or might not be the best of choices, but it was the choice that I made. But no matter. So we'll head back, and now I need to devise a way to get more string. It's going to need a lot of spiders, which I haven't seen a whole lot in the mornings. I also haven't sought them out, so that might be part of my problem too. So until I get a lot of string, let's see, if I need 20 ladders, 20 divided by 3 would be 6-ish, which would be another 12 string, 14 to be on the safe side. So we definitely need lots of string. Which means it's going to be more in-between episode work or in-between cuts work. Which is fine. While I'm doing that, the hemp farm will have time to grow. I have somewhere around 25 hemp stacked up. I think I'll need to get closer to 40 before I'll have enough for a windmill. And once we hit windmill, well, I'll be able to do a couple things. Grinding will become a lot easier, obviously. And then with that, I'll be able to grind up netherrack. And with enough resources, make turntables and whatnot. But the first priority really just being millstone without having to expend my energy. I want a good spot to make said windmill. I'm not sure where that is quite yet. I'm running out of space within the confines of my safe area, so that's going to become a hassle sooner than I'd like. The water provides a safety that I can't quite get with other setups, but it's also not entirely necessary. The fence is doing more work than the water is. So it would just be a matter of extending that. The fence does not go around that other side of the base. It conjoins, or it stops there and on this corner. So I could bump that out, make a slightly different entrance, and then utilize space that's not water, which would probably make more sense as far as gardening goes too, because I want to make the best use of those areas rather than expend it on semi-safety. So in the meantime, I am going to check to see how much I have recorded. I didn't get as much excitement in this one so far as I was hoping. I was hoping the nether journey would be a lot more lucrative as far as excitement goes. But I will check the time that I have recorded and be right back. So it looks like now's as good a time as any to cut the episode here, at least as far as recording goes. I did get an okay amount of content, I feel, and I did a decent amount of work in between cuts. Before the next episode, I plan on trying to obtain as much string as possible, get those ladders, and then maybe we'll be able to get that glowstone. I know it's not the most important of priorities, but I think it's worth my time and effort, especially since it lends so much to being able to have my base lit in a manner that is not dangerous to the building in itself, and then it will also let me make buildings out of wood without fear of them burning down from open flame. Speaking of open flame, I'm going to light this here so that mobs don't spawn in this spot. I am slightly worried that the fence will catch fire, but it is 2 spaces away, and I think that should hopefully be enough. But as I was saying, that will be the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ta!